Today I want to talk about the number one calling question for tech support. My router or ISP has changed, and now I can't see my DVR or NVR on my phone. This is almost never an issue with your NVR or DVR, and 99% of the time your public-facing IP address has changed. The first thing you can try, and forgive me, it's silly, check your cables, your activity lights on your NVR, and your router. Are they connected? Are both units powered up? Are you getting activity lights on the network ports where they're connected? If you're not getting blinky, you may have a bad or loose network cable. Are you able to see the internet on the same network? If you can't get to a website, your phone is probably not going to be able to see your device. It also never hurts to do a power cycle. Turn off your devices, your router and your DVR/NVR, and power up the router first, and then the DVR/NVR, and wait for a good 5 minutes just to be sure that they're fully booted up. Now, if you've previously added your NVR/DVR by scanning the QR code, you can delete the DVR/NVR from your phone and then add it again. A lot of times it's just a matter of the public IP address changing, and the P2P function is smart enough to adapt when it's re-added. Some older models of DVRs don't have the QR code feature, but you can still get the info you need to re-add your DVR manually to your phone by going to the miscellaneous menu and looking at DVR info. This should have your DVR's IP, the public IP, and other bits of useful information that you'll be needing to re-add your device to your phone. If any of the above work for you, you're done. If this doesn't work for you, you may need some additional info. On a computer that is connected to the same network as your NVR/DVR, open up Internet Explorer. Yes, Internet Explorer, not Chrome, not Firefox, not Edge, and certainly not Safari. Macs tend to have issues with this kind of troubleshooting, and Internet Explorer is the only browser that still supports the ActiveX add-ins that are still used by most camera and DVR/NVR manufacturers. In the address bar, not the search bar, but the address bar, type in the address of your DVR/NVR like this: http://192.168.0.30. Now, this is assuming that your NVR/DVR's IP address is 192.168.0.30. It may be something else. Whatever it is, type that in. Now, if you get a prompt to log in, you know that the NVR/DVR is working, and the issue is either in the router settings or the ISP settings. Now, knowing your public-facing IP address is a good place to start, and even if you think you know what it's supposed to be, checking it is still a good idea. On your computer that's still connected to the same IP on the same network as your NVR/DVR, go to whatsmyip.com and see what your real public IP address is. If you're surprised at what you see, especially if you're paying for a static IP and that's not it, then you need to call your ISP and get it straightened out. While you're talking to your ISP, find out what your IP address for your NVR/DVR is supposed to be. The default for these devices is usually something like 192.168.0. whatever. But your ISP may need it to be something else. Verify also your subnet mask and your default gateway while you're talking to your ISP. A lot of times these ISPs are very large companies and don't actually know when something is misconfigured in your account. So if you're not getting the results from the first person that you talk to that you're expecting to get, go ahead and ask for Tier 2 support. Now, the Tier 2 guys are usually the pros who've been around a while and know what's going on, so you may get better performance from the Tier 2 people. This usually covers most issues. Once the ISP side is figured out and you know what your IP addresses are supposed to be, if you're still having issues, it could be firewalls, it could be port forwarding. Both of these are in your router. Your NVR and DVR use a port to communicate over the network, and that port is usually 2000, 3000, 50,100 or something similar. You may need to have that port, whatever it is, forwarded by the router to the local IP address of your device. Now, P2P often gives us a way around that port forwarding, but I've also seen cases where this is blocked. If this is your situation, you'll have to get into the settings of your router and see if you can set up the port forwarding. Now, there are literally thousands of different kinds of routers out there, so if you need help with this part, you will have to get with your ISP if they provided your router, or the manufacturer of your router if you're having issues. If you've tried all of that and none of this works, please give us a call at 866-283-6003, or you can email us at techsupport@ruggedcams.com. I hope this helps, and thanks for watching.